Hi, this is Matt Griffo. Then This Happened is a show where a true, well-known or slightly well-known story is told, and musical improvisers cut in and out with songs moving the story along. This episode, the storyteller is Liz Stockwell.
Today, I'm going to tell you the story of the most whimsical disaster of all time. Cleveland Balloonfest, 86. The year was 1986. Cleveland was on a downturn, and the United Way decided to come up with a fundraiser, the largest balloon release of all time.
One thing that needs to happen is to release so many balloons that the world can see, that Cleveland is the best.
So, Cleveland was making preparations for this massive balloon release in conjunction with the United Way. They gathered a giant net in the downtown town square, and everyone was buzzing. They were convinced that this was the event. This was Cleveland's time to put themselves on the map. No longer would they be the mistake on the lake. So, they got thousands of mostly children volunteers to work over several hours to fill up to 1.5 million balloons and let them gather beneath the net. Anticipation, you could smell it in the air.
I've been waiting all day for the balloons to escape. I came all this way from England.
Oh, good. I've always wanted to see a balloon since I was a child. Nothing greater than being here in the state of Ohio. And now I'm here and I see it so greatly. Are these balloons in my net? Oh, it's Tately, my good friend.
Balloon day, balloon day, balloon day, balloon day,
Balloon day,
balloon day, balloon
This is the greatest day. I have waited all my life to see this many balloons.
So it was getting close to release time, and they got word of a cold weather front moving in, and they knew they had to release it before the rain started. They had planned on blowing up so many more balloons just to beat Disney's record of under 1.5 million balloons. The cold front started coming in, and they said, okay, now's our time. We have to do this. So they let her rip, and the balloons started slowly floating up into the sky. It looked like a flame was engulfing the downtown area of Cleveland. People had never seen something so beautiful in their lives.
Flying high,
high, high,
flying in the sky.
up so high.
I don't know why. I hope I don't pop and die.
Bye, bye.
miss my little boy.
You could hear chants of, yeah, Cleveland.
Fuck Disney.
Yeah.
Fuck Disney. Fuck Disney. Fuck Disney. I'm gonna like that one.
Everything was going according to plan.
Look at the balloons.
But then the rainstorm came. And all of these helium balloons that were supposed to float up into the sky and far away from the city of Cleveland started raining down.
There's a problem.
What the hell?
Something's going on. There's a problem. Something's going on. Oh no, too many balloons are in the sky. Why did we do this in the first place? Was it because we wanted to say go fuck Disney? We wanted to say go fuck Disney. We can do whatever we want. We can have a million balloons.
So, as the balloons started coming down, what seemed to be a littering problem soon turned deadly. Because as you see, 2 fishermen had been fishing out on Lake Erie the day before and been reported missing. The Coast Guard was furiously searching for these missing fishermen. They had found the boat, but as the balloons started landing on the lake, they couldn't differentiate between balloons and bobbing bodies.
Is that a body or is that a balloon? They're so similar, they just look so similar.
I'm not a balloon.
I can't tell what that
I'm not a balloon.
is. Is it a balloon or a human
My
body?
name is Frank.
Gosh, is that my friend Dan?
Not a balloon.
Not a balloon.
I'm not a balloon.
Oh wait, that's not a balloon. That's not a balloon. I went to the store the other day and I saw a person checking me out.
How you doing?
I thought to myself, is that a person or a balloon?
I am a balloon.
Oh, I was at a bar just the other night. I didn't know if things were right because the bartender seemed to be a balloon.
I am a balloon.
Are you a balloon?
I'm not a balloon.
Are you a body?
I'm sort of
Are you a balloon?
I'm half balloon. I'm
Are
on
you
the
a
other side.
body?
But that's not all. Not only were they unable to find these men, the balloons started raining down at the airport, completely snarling air traffic control and shutting down a runway at Cleveland's airport. It came down on the streets, caused multiple car crashes, all because people couldn't dodge these completely inflated balloons. They were everywhere. People stopped and stared in wonder of all of these balloons on the street. No song? Okay.
We're listening.
Okay.
This is good. This is good.
No.
Okay. So,
You guys got something?
Oh, no, I'm just thinking.
I'm enjoying this.
I'm just getting the
I didn't know about
visualization
this,
of
too.
the just
This is interesting.
they thought these balloons would
Devastation.
travel up and land in Canada. 'Cause fuck Canada.
A balloon? Who's littering my fine country with these balloons? How about this balloon that I found?
1, 2, 3, 4.
didn't make it all the way to Canada. Some of them dropped in the neighboring town of Medina, where a nice lady was raising her Arabian horses. Prize Arabian horses. And as one of the balloons floated down onto her horse farm, the horse got spooked and injured its leg on one of the fences trying to run away, causing irreparable damage to this prized Arabian horse.
I am just a horse and I cannot tell if this is a balloon or a danger to my life. I am just a horse and I am just sitting 'cause I am an Arabian horse.
So after a few days, all of the balloons were cleared out of Lake Erie, or they floated away. They don't really know. The newscaster wasn't sure, but they knew for sure they were gone.
News you can count on.
Well, Dale, I'll tell you something. I had my eye on a big red balloon, and now it definitely just disappeared.
Yes, this has been an insane story, Martha.
I've never seen winds blow this hard.
It was the greatest idea in history.
Wow. I don't know where anything went.
This news story just gets stranger and stranger, Martha.
I have to tell you something. We can leave our homes finally.
This was the greatest balloon incident in all of history. Now it has become the greatest of all mysteries. Where did balloons go? Where did the balloons go? Where did the balloons go? Where did the balloons go?
Out of Ohio.
They found the two fishermen eventually. With all of the balloons gone from the lake, God knows where, the Coast Guards were able to resume their search for the two fishermen. They were found dead. It wasn't the balloon's fault that they died. It was the balloon's fault that they found them a little bit later.
Let's go a little back in time and see what's happening with the fishermen.
You know, I've been fishing all my life here, and if I die right now, that's just fine with me.
Out, cheers to that.
Hey,
I brought 7 bottles of whiskey. You think we can get through them all?
I think we can.
Suddenly a genie comes out of their whiskey.
Whoa, what in the world?
Well, hello there. I'm a whiskey genie. And I was wondering if you would like to have me, give you some wishes.
Yeah.
I wish for infinite genies. Loophole.
Oh, that's
Oh my God.
the death wish. That's the one.
No.
that
No, wait.
No.
I really wish you hadn't done that one.
No. What is that
That's what ended up happening to the fishermen before they found him after the balloons.
The dust had settled, or shall we say, the balloons had settled. Everything had been cleaned up. All told, Cleveland Balloonfest 86. I don't know why they call it by the year because there was never one again. All told, it caused sort of 2 deaths, multiple car crashes, and injured 2 horses. The organizers were like, we're never going to do this again. Clearly.
It was the greatest balloon disaster of all around. Multiple deaths and car crashes, and 2 horses were put down. It was a
United Way counted their losses. Because, of course, they raised no money doing this. And they thought they were going to get off scot-free. But, of course, the widow of the two fishermen and the lady that owned that fancy horse filed suit. And they settled out of court for an undisclosed amount, as were the terms of the settlement. Needless to say, Cleveland was back on the map, but not for what they wanted. They remain the mistake on the lake.
Goodbye, Arabian horses. Goodbye, fishermen. Goodbye, a few children that nobody counted in. Goodbye to all the animals who ate the popped balloons. Goodbye to Ohio, you failed again. Cleveland Balloonfest, 1986. Cleveland Balloonfest, you didn't win the trick. Your balloons flew too high. Your balloons flew too far. Your balloons got you in trouble.
Sometimes you don't know a body from a balloon, body from a balloon. Sometimes you're not sure what to do.
What you do?
Sometimes you gotta send some balloons to Canada. Sometimes you gotta say, fuck you, Disney. Oh, fuck Disney. Cleveland Balloonfest 86 said fuck Disney. Cleveland Balloonfest
At least it wasn't Chernobyl.
86.
And that was the show. Then This Happened is recorded in my tiny recording studio in Chicago. To listen to the unedited version of this episode, become a member at patreon.com/Matt Griffo. On vocals, we have improvisers Matt Castellvi, Brittany Flynn, and me, Matt Griffo. These songs are improvised. On guitar is Arne Parrot. Isn't he amazing? He's so good. On cajon is Mike Amandes, so sassy. And me on piano and melodica and all the other instruments. And send this episode to some people from Cleveland or whoever you think would love this story. If they're really into balloons, then they're going to love it. We're currently able to do one show every 2 weeks, and with more members, we can do one a week, and that would be very exciting. So thanks so much.